Alright, what's up everybody? Sewer Badger here with another cast, but this time it's from the CTL. And this is PiGPan's run in the CTL. Down here, bottom right, representing PiGPan, it is Drakkakahn. And up here, in the upper right, or upper left rather, it is representing Formless Beer Sloths, it is D-Life number 1. Alrighty, we're starting off with a little banter with asking D-Life number 1, or we're just going to call him D-Life, that blocking is natural would be, not blocking is natural would be a kindly appreciated move. It's thus far a standard opener for both players. That being said, not much is happening at 50 seconds into the game. First gas going down for the Terran, hatchery going down for the Zerg, and we have ourselves a fairly normal game to start with. I specify to start with because at any moment D-Life could drop a forge, or no, not forge, a factory, the other half, and make this whole thing a lot more chaotic. See a hatch gas pool from Drakkakahn, and from D-Life number 1 we have a one Rax expand. SSCV looks to be chilling, just checking to see that there is in fact a natural for the Zerg. Now, I don't really know much about these players. Well, I don't know much about D-Life, but I do know a bit about Drakkakahn. He is, at this point, he is working on his macro and having a lot of success. And his cheese, however, is another matter in its entirety. However, we'll see if this macro version of Drakkakahn is in fact ready for going head-to-head in macro versus D-Life. It looks like he's going to try to go for a single drone kill. He's going to get it, and that looks like that Reaper's going to be able to get out, sporting the cool Mirror's Marauders skin. Now this Overlord scouts out it is in fact a expand for the Terran, and the Terran is not one basing it. Reactor going down for the Terran, and there is another gas. So it looks like he is going to go for a couple of Hellions, maybe some more Reapers, and we're going to see a lot of harass for the coming out of the Terran. Already this Reaper is coming across the map. Going to look and see if that third was in fact not a fake. Grape spread's looking pretty nice for the Zerg. Already going to run forward, going to catch this Reaper, and Reaper's going to come in. It's going to go for a scout, and it's going to die without having only one drone killed to its name. Already we see 2 more Hellions on the way. We're going to see a Banshee start up for our Terran. Looks like he's going to try to go for a double prong harass. Probably try to go for this third while diving into the main. But it already looks like Drakkakahn is ready for this. Now this Overlord's going to sacrifice itself for the swarm, and this Marine looks like it's gonna take full gratitude, or full advantage of that. Anyway, already cloak on the way, and these Hellions are gonna get a kill on that creep tumor before he's able to form. Drakkakahn is gonna go for a surround. He's gonna get it on 2 of them. He's gonna snatch up 2 Hellions, and the rest are gonna get away with pretty severe damage. A Banshee is already coming across the map. I like how when they designed the bandit skins, the Mirror's Marauder skins, they just attached knives to it and called it a bandit. It's like, I'm sorry, we bandits like things other than knives. These Hellions are going to get touched up, and this Banshee is going to get scouted by these Queens. Cloak already finished. It looks like he's going to try to go for it, but he's going to find a very prepared Zerg. And he's going to lose that for free. Already, the early game not looking terribly good for our Formless Space Slots player. And this Overlord's going to come in, it's going to scout the mech transition. And already a third's floating down. Now the Banshee's on the way, more Hellions on the way. So it looks like he's going to try to go for an additional harass with the armory started. Maybe he's going to try to rush for a Hellbat push. These Hellions are going to come across the map, probably going to find this fourth. This Overlord, however, is also going to see them. Or they're going to turn towards the third, going to try to deny some creep. These Queens are going to move forward. Angry Karens with angry knitting needles. And from our Zerg player, it looks like it's a Roach transition with +1 melee and +1 missile on the way. So maybe we're going to see some Roachling Bane or Roach Ravager Ling for our dear Zerg. Meanwhile, these Hellions have not seen better days, but this there's 2 more Hellions. There's more Hellions reducing, and a Cyclone. Looks like he's going to be going for Battle Mech. With Roaches on the way, I don't think he's going to be able to defend that. You always, you've watched, even Raynor, against Gumiho tried what was it? It was a Mutiling Bane against it, and it didn't quite work. However, we did learn from that Roach Ravager hard counters Battle Mech. And I don't think this game's going to be any exception. Now this, if I recall correctly, is match 3, or set 3, middle of the pack, with a some really solid ideas in mind. Already, Blue Flame Hellions and Missile Lock-On for the Terran finishing up here. But I'm not sure what he's going to be able to do with what he's got. Sure, if with most of Drakkakahn army on the map, he's not going to be able to. He's going to be able to maybe get some damage done with this. His first interaction going pretty well for Drakkakahn. Oh, and that massive damage from the Ravagers is going to force our Terran player to back off for right now. Already the supply lead far favoring Drakkakahn, who's on 80 workers and has an army supply lead, which is not something you really want as in a Terran versus Zerg. Even if the Zerg has even more delicate units, that's not a scenario that can end well for you. Already plenty of Lings being built, +2 missile and +2 melee being researched. 2 workers going. Oh right, that's because workers are needed to build buildings. Right. Banelings being formed up and more Roaches on the way. 20 Roaches. If there's one thing it's simply amazing about the Zerg, or casting any Zerg plays, just the sheer amount of units they can produce at one time. Sometimes as Protoss, it just feels like, my brother, in Christ, I would like to have a beer, please. And this forward fourth is going to be loaded up. Already we see a double prong harass coming out of our Terran player, but the harass is going to be defended by a massive Zerg force. Looking at the army supply, I don't think this is going to go prettily for our Terran player. He would have to trade at least 2 to 1 to have a decent chance of pushing into Zerg territory. But I don't think Drakkakahn is going to let him get those trades. Already we see an infestation pit going down. Maybe we're going to see some infestors, maybe some vipers for these harassing banshees. These hellheads are going to get their money's. It's going to get a lot of worth, but they're going to go down. I don't think this is. I think this may be. Oh nope. Yeah. Okay. That's a dead Zerg army. But even with that, with the Spire transition on the way, 14 banelings being formed, a bunch of lings coming back. Not only is he up a base, but he's again up in army supply, up in workers. He's got to get some damage done with these banshees. If he loses these and isn't able to deal any damage, I don't think he's gonna. Well, I suppose that's some damage, but it isn't gonna be really enough to stop the Zerg. And with Cloak really saving his bacon this time, but if the transfuses are good, and they are, he's gonna get a baneling. Not really much, and he's gonna find an undefended 4th. And that could very well spell the damage that he needs to get back into this game. But I don't know for how long, because already we're seeing that Overseers are very, very strong in these sorts of scenarios. He's also going to find this undefended 5th, and that is going to be a lot of damage. However, he's just going to stand there and stare menacingly at the Zerg as he slowly watches them. Or she, anyway. She slowly watches the Zerg. Okay, now she's going to take action and take out some Zergs. Oof. The surround on these roaches is going to probably take out this entire army. But not without the army exacting its cost, as +2 weapons are kicking in. And doesn't really look like the Terran is gonna be able to have much longer in this game with Mutaling coming out. Now, if there's anything I've learned about watching, pro play versus, Diamond League play, and that is that D-Life is not Gumio. And I don't think he's going to be able to get the same worth as Gumio, but he is going to exact a lot of damage on these. He's going to do some excellent what's the word? Kiting. And he's going to be able to hold on to this, but he's going to lose these siege tanks. Already Widow Mines are coming out, and the problem now remains is that D-Life has no more siege tanks. And that's going to be really rough on him, as this Zerg army that has been waiting for hours to take this down is now going to be able to finally stream into this group and do a lot of damage. However, with more Widow Mines coming out, it's unsure how much damage they're actually going to get. Already we see a Banshee coming up here for more harass on this forward base, but it hasn't really seen any workers hitting it, and that planetary is going to go down. That was a bunch of vital income for the Terran, and already another base is starting up for him, but I don't think that's going to be able to finish. Is he going to get the cancel off? Is he? And that's a kill. That's a kill. That's a lot of damage for the Zerg, and that is going to be what ends up being the end of the Terran in this particular game, as he tries to run these away. You know, siege tanks are shelling at them from the high ground. They're going to do a lot of damage, but already knocked down to 37 workers. That is going to be really rough for the Terran to recover from, even with mules. And with more Zerg coming in from all directions, I don't really know how he's going to be able to really secure this win if he does manage to pull off a turnaround. And if the Zerg gets out, and it looks like it is, that was game-ending damage, and some Zerg got out, and that is very devastating for this. 70 workers to 40 workers, and a massive army lead for the Zerg. It can disappear. These Thors are fairly strong, but it doesn't look like the Zerg is going to be slowing down anytime soon. He pulls back to regroup, but now he's going to be attacking en masse with a bunch of Lings in a double prong. That it's pretty decent positioning on the army, so he's going to be able to hold on for a little bit. However, as these Lings swarm forward, and it's not going to mean much. And that, my friends, that is the end of our Terran player. Even with all of his upgrades and all of his might, he wasn't able to hold on. He held on bravely, but yeah. 30 workers, and he GG's, and Drakkakahn takes the first game.